Hello, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
And in today's unit, we're going to be talking about technology. And the piece of technology that we're going to talk about today is the microwave oven. Maybe you have one in your home. Maybe you don't. Maybe you think you need it. Maybe you think you don't need it. But we certainly have a microwave in our house.
Oh, you do?
How about you? Do you have one here in your apartment in Taiwan, in lovely Taipei?
I used to. Let's see. I got rid of my microwave oven about 4 years ago.
Really?
I was cleaning it, and I noticed there was a hole, that the microwaves had burned a hole through the top of the oven, and I thought, wow, that looks scary. So I got rid of it, and now I don't have anything convenient to warm up my food anymore. I never used to cook in it. All I'd use it for is to warm cold food up. Because if you're like me, you've gone to a lot of these jujutans, these buffets, we say, and the food's always cold. And so I would go home and I would, heat it up because I like warm food.
Yeah.
And then I'd eat it. But I don't have a microwave right now.
Yeah, well, you can always steam it, if you don't mind the steam, just put it in a pan.
Takes longer. Yeah.
Takes a longer, but maybe it heats it up in a different way.
It's probably better for you.
Some people love microwaves. Some people hate them.
For popcorn, yeah.
It's good for popcorn, but if I had the stuff to make popcorn on the stove, I'd probably do it that way.
Yeah, it takes longer.
I'd also like to do my popcorn in an air popper so it doesn't have all that salt and butter in it, oil and stuff.
Yeah.
But where do you get an air popper here in Taiwan? I've yet to find one. But in any case, we're not talking about popcorn so much as we are microwave ovens, and we're going to talk about the history of microwave ovens and how they might make your life more convenient. So let's get to it. Let's read the entire contents of our lesson right now.
People who live hectic lives need devices that are quick and convenient. One such device is the microwave oven, which enables us to cook a ready-made meal or reheat some leftovers in a matter of minutes. This is the sort of thing we could easily take for granted. So perhaps it's time to show some appreciation for the man who invented the microwave oven. It was Percy Spencer, an American physicist and inventor, who brought the microwave oven to life. He worked for Raytheon, a U.S. defense contractor in the 1940s, during which time he developed magnetrons that produced microwaves. One day, he noticed that the candy bar in his pocket had melted while he was working on one of these magnetrons. Spencer investigated the phenomenon, trying out different kinds of food, including popcorn and an egg. Once he'd figured out what was happening, Spencer attached an electromagnetic field generator to a closed metal box, creating the first microwave oven, which he then patented in 1945. The first microwave ovens available to the public were costly, 6 feet in height, and weighed around 750 pounds. However, by 1967, they were small and affordable enough for people to purchase for their kitchens. Microwave ovens are fast and cook most food evenly. What's more, little water or oil is required for the microwaving process, and few nutrients are lost as the food is heated. On the other hand, it's easy to overcook food in a microwave oven, which alters both the food's texture and taste. Some people believe microwaves and microwaved food can cause cancer, especially if you stand directly in front of an oven. But there's no scientific evidence to confirm this. So, if you often need a meal in a hurry, give thanks to Percy Spencer for his invention whenever you hear your microwave oven go, ding!
All right, it's our unit on technology today, and we're talking about the microwave oven, sometimes simply just referred to as the microwave.
Yeah.
And we are praising the ding of the magical microwave oven. Ding! Maybe the Ding. Yeah, that's a sound. Of course, that's also a Chinese character like, Ximeng Ding or Jai Bing Ding Ding. But in this particular case, it's a sound in English that refers to that sound. We have lots of words like that. Boom, zip, zoom, bang, and ding is one of them. It's like that little bell that...
Buzz.
Buzz, yeah, that's, of course, buzz, that's like a shaver or something like that. But in any case, ding usually refers to a little bell that goes off, especially when the microwave has finished cooking your food and then it stops and goes ding. Well, here it says that people who live hectic lives need devices that are quick and convenient. Yes, we all live these hectic lives, okay? Hectic means things are very busy. You've got all sorts of things to do. You've got deadlines to meet. You got to get the kids out of bed. You got to get them dressed and off to school. And you've got to prepare for work. You got to drive to work. You got to do the work. You got to do errands and pay the electricity bills and stuff like that. Life is just so hectic. It's just so frantic. There is so much activity. So we need these devices to make things quick and convenient. A device is usually any kind of machine, especially nowadays. They're all electronic that perform a particular function. It could be your smartphone. That's an electronic device. It could be your
tablet.
A tablet computer, that's a device. And, of course, your household appliances like your microwave oven, your refrigerator, your oven. Those are all
devices.
Although
a lot of times, Tom, we call those kitchen machines appliances.
Yeah, I was going to say a device usually involves electronics.
It's smaller, too, I think.
And much smaller, too. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes, we need these devices that can make our lives more convenient. And one such device is the microwave oven, which enables us to cook a ready-made meal or reheat some leftovers in a matter of minutes. So sometimes, of course, you can actually buy meals that are designed for a microwave oven.
Especially those frozen meals, those frozen dinners that you can buy.
At convenience stores, yes. And then they ask you, would you like this heated up?
Right.
Okay, so they heat it up for you in a microwave oven. And so you can cook up those things. A ready-made meal, yeah.
Have you bought those ready-made meals at convenience stores?
Yeah, sometimes I have to. Sometimes I'm kind of, between jobs.
What do they taste like?
They're okay.
Really?
Actually,
like
not too bad.
Like the pai gu fan, they have those.
I usually have the fried rice one.
Really?
But they also have dumplings and all sorts of stuff, spaghetti.
I have to try it sometime.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I know you're
good.
kind of a connoisseur. Maybe you'd kind of think it's horrible, but I think it's okay. It's not certainly gourmet food, but it does the trick if you're hungry.
True.
And again, they use microwave ovens for that because they can cook these ready-made meals. That means they're prepared ahead of time. You don't have to chop things up or cut things up or
mix
prepare
things,
them.
Nothing.
Or mix them up. They're ready to go. All you got to do is push the button. Or if you've cooked some food at home and you've put it in little storage containers in the refrigerator.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're going to eat it maybe the next day. Those are leftovers, which we oftentimes have a lot of after Thanksgiving dinner or maybe after your Chinese New Year dinner. Lots of leftover food that nobody could fit in their tummies. And they reheat these things in a matter of minutes. In a matter of just means in only a few minutes.
Right. It's this is the sort of thing it says we could easily take for granted. So perhaps it's time to show some appreciation for that guy who invented the microwave. Now, if you take something for granted, it means you don't really appreciate it. You think it's something that you should have. Sometimes we take our parents for granted. We don't say thank you for all of the things that they do for us. They're constantly working hard for us, and we just take it for granted, and we think, well, that's their job. They should do that. But sometimes it's good to show a little appreciation and thank these people around you who are doing great things. Well, we really take for granted the easiness of our lives these days. We've got microwave ovens and smartphones and vacuum cleaners and all of these things that make our lives faster and easier than it was maybe 200 years ago.
Indeed. So who invented the microwave oven? Well, it turns out it to be Percy Spencer. He was an American physicist. That's a tough word to say. Physicist.
Yeah, it is.
You've got the z and the s sound in there together. Physicist. It's even kind of hard for me to say.
And he's the guy we're going to be showing appreciation for. Appreciation is one of our words. It just means you recognize and enjoy someone's qualities or their accomplishments, and you really are grateful. You say thanks. Yeah.
Right. To appreciate is the verb. Appreciation, of course, is the noun form. Yes, I would like to show you my appreciation for all you've done for me, for example. And, of course, we are going to show our appreciation to Percy Spencer, who was an American physicist. I assume he's dead now. I should do some research on this, but this happened way back in the 1940s, so it's a pretty good bet that he's no longer with us. But he was a physicist and an inventor. A physicist is somebody who specializes in physics, and an inventor, you know, thinks of new ideas for us to better our lives. He brought the microwave oven to life. So here we have the phrase, to bring something to life, which means to actually make it really happen. It doesn't necessarily have to be something organic, like a human being, to bring someone to life. But in this particular case, it just talks about something that was invented. It is now in existence.
We'll often talk about books being brought to life on the screen when they're turned into movies. You know, they're not just words on a page that's printed. You can actually see people moving and saying things. And we'll often say that book was brought to life. Here, the microwave was brought to life because it exists today. We have it. He worked for a company called Raytheon, which is a big company. They were engineers that worked for that place mainly. It's a U.S. defense contractor. Defense contractors are constantly working on new and better ways to conduct war or to protect your country. You know, they're the ones who are coming up with missiles and bombs and guns, you know, all that stuff. So if you see a defense contractor, it's a company who works for the United States government, and they're producing things to keep America safe.
It's a private company. The American government doesn't make planes and tanks itself. No, it hires these companies to do these things for the government.
They contract the work out to another company.
Right, so it's a defense contractor, and this, of course, was way back in the 1940s when they were building weapons for World War II to defeat those awful Nazis. And during this time, he developed something called magnetrons that produced microwaves. And a magnetron, that word I'm not too familiar with myself, but it has to do with microwave ovens. So if you're talking about microwave ovens, you will see the word magnetron if you're talking about how they work. Most of us don't really concern ourselves too much with how they work. We just want them to work and cook our food so we can get on with our hectic lives. But we'll get on with our very hectic lesson here in just a couple of seconds. Right now, we're going to take a break and listen to our Chinese teacher.
Hello everyone, my name is Tina. 我们今天要看的是 microwave oven, 也就是跟微波炉有关。首先我们来看到在第一个空格前面的句子提到One such device is the microwave oven, which enables us to cook a ready-made meal or reheat some leftovers in a matter of minutes. 这里提到微波炉的好处，就可以让我们呢马上呢就可以弄好一顿，或者是呢加热 reheat 剩菜剩饭，我们称之为 leftovers。而后面提到的 in a matter of minutes， 也就是代表着在几分钟之内，这一切都能够完成。延续这样的文意，第一题我们可以选择 sentence C。在 C 选项里面的句子提到This is the sort of thing we could easily take for granted. So perhaps it's time to show some appreciation for the man who invented the microwave oven. 为什么这个句子是标准答案呢？因为后面就要来从头开始叙述这个微波炉的由来，而一刚开始提到微波炉带给我们的便利性，当然要表达我们的 appreciation， 我们的感激之意，否则这些事情我们实在是太视为理所当然了。当我们讲到 take something for granted， 就代表着视某件事情为理所当然，所以延续这样的文意 义呢，后面就开始介绍发明微波炉的人。所以第一题的正确答案我们就选择 C 选项。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi guys, we're back from our break. We've been talking about the magical microwave oven. And as Tom mentioned earlier, these days, most of us just say microwave. Hey, I need to microwave some food. We'll even talk about microwaving food. Or what's the other? I'm gonna nuke my food, which is very slang. Nuclear. So N-U-K-E. I'm gonna nuke my vegetables or nuke my my noodles. So we often just refer to it as a microwave. Of course, it's an oven, though. So
nuke does come from nuclear. It means to bomb somebody with nuclear bombs. Of course, we were always worried that the Russians were going to nuke us during the Cold War.
Yeah, and we have nuclear energy these days. So as a joke, we just say, I'm going to nuke my food in the microwave. Well, we're talking about Percy Spencer before the break, and we talked about how he was a physicist and an inventor, and he worked for a company named Raytheon. I don't think they're in existence anymore. I think Raytheon has been bought by another company. But he was busy back in the 1940s working on something called, he was developing magnetrons. You can look that word up. I've never seen it before. But that's what produces these microwaves that can cook things. One day he noticed, as he was busy inventing, that the candy bar in his pocket, it was in his jeans pocket, he had a Hershey candy bar, it melted while he was working on one of these magnetrons. And he thought, what made that chocolate melt? That wasn't his goal or purpose. It just happened to happen, and he noticed it. And that's when he got the idea.
He discovered it by chance, and so he investigated the phenomenon. Phenomenon, of course, is when something happens, especially if it involves science or something like that. Like a tornado is a natural phenomenon. So he tried out different kinds of food, including popcorn, which, of course, is what we eat at the movies. And he also tried an egg, which, of course, usually comes from a chicken. I know here in Taiwan, of course, you always say chicken egg, jidan.
Oh, right.
But we just say egg because most of the time the egg is from the chicken, so we don't need to specify that it's from a chicken. So again, he tried this and he figured out what was happening. He was able to solve the mystery. Yeah. Why is my candy bar melting? Why is this popcorn popping? Why is this egg cooking? Well, he figured it out. So to figure out something just means to be able to determine what something is or how it works.
That's true. For example, if you have math classes, like most of us had to take math when we were growing up, you'd have to figure out the math problems by doing a lot of work and hopefully getting the right answer at the end to figure out something, to understand what's going on, or to get the answer to something too. So Spencer attached. To attach means to join or fasten something to something else. If you attach a document to an email, it means you use that little paper clip icon and you put a document with your email and you send it to somebody. Well, he attached something called an electromagnetic field generator to a closed metal box. And that's how he first created the microwave.
Electromagnetic field, okay, which supposedly surrounds the Earth and prevents the Earth from getting fried by the solar radiation from the sun.
Okay.
And this is a generator, of course, and he did this around a box, and that, of course, became the first microwave oven, which he patented in 1945. If you patent something, you formally apply for a patent from the government to say, this is my idea, nobody else can copy it. If they do, I can sue them. and the first microwave ovens available to the public were costly, which means they were expensive, 6 feet in height and weighed around 750 pounds. That's pretty big here. If it's available, that means you have access to it. So these were available to the public. I can't imagine them being sold in appliance stores.
That big?
I don't remember my grandparents telling me about that, but in any case, they were available to the public, they were on the market, and they were pretty big, and they were also very heavy.
Yeah, but by 1967, they had managed to reduce the size a lot. We had them when I was growing up, so I know that they got pretty small fast. So they were small and affordable by then. They were affordable enough, it says, for people to purchase for their kitchens. It's the same with the computer. The computer started out as huge, and then they managed to keep reducing the size, and they made it affordable. If something's affordable, guys, it means you have enough money that you can purchase it. I would say that for most people, a Lamborghini, which is a type of car, isn't affordable for most people. It's very expensive. So if you can get it down to where, most of the middle class can buy it, we say it's affordable.
Like a Toyota or a Mazda or something, they're very affordable. Whereas, as you said, a Maserati or a Lamborghini or whatever, or a Lotus are kind of unaffordable.
Yeah.
But yes, you could buy these microwave ovens and you could purchase them, you could buy them for your kitchen. Now, microwave ovens are fast and cook most food evenly. That's something I don't particularly agree with. It seems to me whenever I cook my food in a microwave, the outside is kind of hot, but the inside is still kind of cold. I guess you kind of have to move it around or something. I guess there's some kind of technique for that.
Well, at first, microwaves wouldn't move, but then they made the little dish underneath the thing. It could spin around.
Rotate.
But I think it still has problems cooking food evenly. I disagree with that.
Right. Or cook it at a lower setting. Maybe that will help.
I don't know.
And it also says, what's more, or in addition, little water or oil is required. In other words, you don't need a lot of oil or water for the microwaving process. Yeah, you can just more or less stick it in there. And few nutrients are lost as the food is heated. A nutrient, of course, is like vitamins and minerals in the food. And yes, they'll still be in the food when you cook it in a microwave oven. So that is an advantage.
That's a great advantage.
To a microwave oven.
Because a lot of us, we boil our vegetables, right?
Yeah, and then
especially
maybe the
here.
vitamins all kind of
The vitamins
boil
go
away.
out in the water. Yeah, it's not good. So that's a good thing. Now, on the other hand, here's the bad stuff, guys.
Yep.
It's easy to overcook food in a microwave oven. So true. And it turns into like a rock. It's really hard.
It's really hard.
Yeah. Which alters or changes, that's what alter means, changes a little bit, both the food's texture, how it feels and its appearance, and its taste. That is so true. If you overcook food, forget it. You can throw it away. It's a big piece of rock. Hard stuff, yeah.
Okay, so that's a disadvantage. And some people also believe microwaves and microwaved food can cause cancer, especially if you stand directly in front of an oven. And this is something I think my wife believes because every time I start the microwave oven and if I stand in front of it too long, she says, get away from there. You're going to get sick if you stand too close to the microwave. And so I kind of think, well, I'm not really sure if there's evidence.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I'm not sure myself, but it does here say that there's no scientific evidence to confirm this. If I said this to my wife, though, she'd probably get mad at me.
Yeah.
She says, how dare you disagree with me?
Better not tell her, Tom.
Better not. So in any case here, yes, according to this article, there is no evidence, which is basically proof there are no scientific studies or incidences where someone actually got cancer standing in front of a microwave.
So here's our wrap-up sentence. If you often need a meal in a hurry, and in today's world, I think a lot of us need to find a meal in a hurry, you need to give thanks to Mr. Percy Spencer for his great invention, especially when you hear that magical sound of ding. That's right. Right now, we're going to listen one more time to our Chinese teacher.
接着呢，我们来看到在第二个空格前面的句子提到 One day he noticed that the candy bar in his pocket had melted while he was working on one of these magnetrons. 其实呢，这个称之为 Percy Spencer 这个发明家，他突然发现在实验室的时候呢，他在测试一只磁控管的时候，口袋里面的糖果棒融化了。而延续这样的文意，第二题我们可以选择 Sentence D。Spencer investigated the phenomenon, trying out different kinds of food, including popcorn and an egg. 在这里呢，关键字就是 the phenomenon， 因为他注意到这样的现象，所以开始针对这样的现象来着手调查。所以第二题的标准答案我们选择 D 选项，可以呼应前后的句子。第三个空格前面的句子很长，我们从后半句开始看。这里提到呢 creating the first microwave oven, which he then patented in 1945。正因为如此呢，他就创造了第一个微波炉，并且在1945年取得专利。延续这个文意，第三题我们可以选择 Sentence E。 那么来说到 The first microwave ovens available to the public were costly, 6 feet in height, and weighed around 750 pounds. 既然讲到第一个微波炉，我们就来叙述一下大众当时所拿到的这个微波炉呢，其实非常的昂贵 costly， 而且呢体积非常庞大，大概呢高有6尺，重750磅。所以第三题我们标准答案就选择 E 选项。第四个空格前面的句子提到 Microwave ovens are fast and cook most food evenly。 在这里提到呢，其实微波炉呢，它可以很快的来把食物煮好，而且也可以平均地 evenly 烹煮食物。这样看来是在讲它的好处。延续这样的文意，第四题我们可以选择 B 选项。What's more, little water or oil is required for the microwaving process, and few nutrients are lost as the food is heated. What's more 就是用来讲到再者，跟前面一样都是讲到好处，后面的好处就提到在用微波炉烹调食物的时候呢，其实不太需要水跟油，而且呢比较不会有一些营养素的丧失。所以第四题标准答案我们就选择 B 选项。下一个句子提到 On the other hand, it's easy to overcook food in a microwave oven, which alters both the food's texture and taste. 有没有注意到 on the other hand 在我们提到前面的好处，看到 on the other hand 就是解释成为然而，后面延续的就是完全不一样的意思，提到的是微波炉的坏处，有可能呢也是会过度的烹调食物，导致食物的口感跟味道都改变了。延续这个文意，第五题我们可以选择 A 选项。Some people believe microwaves and microwaved food can cause cancer, especially if you stand directly in front of an oven, but there's no scientific evidence to confirm this. 这里讲到的坏处就提到呢，有些人觉得这样子的辐射微波炉或者是微波食品呢会致癌，尤其站在它的前面。不过目前其实是没有科学的证据来证实这一点的。OK， 所以第五题呢就是它的标准答案，选择 A 选项。以上就是今天的课文讲解，谢谢收听。
That's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for joining our discussion about microwave ovens. And hopefully we have not made you too hungry. But
yeah.
We'll come back next time with another fascinating lesson for your listening pleasure. From all of us here at English Digest, I'm Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Goodbye.
Bye.